What's up, everybody? So today we finally got it in, the Goldie Marge and Star Gaogaigar option set from Pose Plus. Now this one was extremely expensive, and I'll kind of get into that in the review. I just hope that it lives up to the hype, so we're not going to waste any more time. So let's go. Okay, so first things first, what we're going to do is we're actually going to take a look at the box art. So of course, this is the front here. So pretty good box art. I've seen better, but not too shabby, right? So that's the front. This is a big box. That is the back. So of course you've got Goldie Marge here, Goldie and Hammer, and all the accessories and stuff that it comes with. Now, I actually opted not to get the lighting effect set, and I'll get into why here shortly. So, of course, that's the side. This is the other side, Stealth Gao II. And then that is the top. And let's see if it's got anything on the bottom. Nope. Yeah, just a bunch of warning stuff. It does look like it's in English, Japanese and English, so that's good. So you got that there. Okay, so let's take a look inside. All right, so let's take a look inside here. Let's see what we've got here. So like I said, it's a pretty big box. So of course you've got Goldie Marge here on the left. Looks like you've got the engines for the Stealth Gao II. It's the Stealth Gao II up there with the Goldie and Hammer here. That's the Zonder thing. I forget what that's called. It's been a while since I've seen the show, but it is one of my favorites. So let's see. This out of the way. Oh, there's the manual. So we'll take that. Let's move this out of the way here. And all right, so we've seen that. Let's see, let's turn it around here. So it looks like this is all of the stuff for the stand, and actually that's taped on there. Let me get my trusty Batman knife here. Shout out to Flossie Carter. All right. So we can take a look at that. All right. So that is the stand there. It looks like you got the extra hands there for Goldie Marge there. And unfortunately, it doesn't come with the keys to victory and all that. That stuff comes with the actual lighting effect. I mean, they had to give it something, right? But yeah, so that's the stand. So, but anyway, back to what I was saying. So, you know, lighting gimmicks just aren't really my thing personally. And with this costing as much as Gaogaigar did, and then with the lighting effect, technically it was more. It was like I saw it anywhere between $550 and $600. And that's more expensive than Gaogaigar himself. To me, that's crazy. And so I am going to be extremely critical on this since it costs so much, because if, you know, you're going to charge that kind of price, I expect a premium type of experience. So it looks like we've got the manual here. So, okay, well, that's what it comes with. So we'll take a look at the manual real quick. All right, so let's take a look at this manual here. So let's pull this out. What do we got here? Okay. Looks like we've got maybe like some add-on stuff. Or maybe there was some sort of mistake. Let's see. Let's take a look at this here. So it says, for any slip sticker, please peel off the back. Oh, okay. So this looks like it's actually for Goldie Marge. Okay. So, all right. So it looks like you got some stickers there that are supposed to go on there. Maybe some detail stuff. Okay. And then let's take a look at this guy. But yeah, you know, 550 total with the lighting effect? No way. I'm just not going to do that. I'm just as surprised as you are. All right, so it looks like you just got a parts count there, all the stuff that you're supposed to get, and then the different pages and stuff where you actually do that stuff. There's a parts count there. All right. And yeah, this is extremely expensive. It was I saw it on Hobby Link Japan for like $5.55, and they usually have a discount for most of their stuff. Whew, that's a lot. And yeah, the lighting gimmicks, I'm just not big on lighting gimmicks. It's just not my thing personally. So, and most of the time they're not bright enough either. So, okay. So it looks like that's a transformation there. Yep. So, but yeah, so that's my main issue with lighting effects. That's actually the reason why I didn't get the Go Lion. The one that came out last year, it looked really, really nice, but that mess was almost like what, $800 or something like that. And I know that at least 150 of that was the lighting effect gimmick in there. So okay, all right. So I think we've seen enough of the manual. All right. Anything else I'm missing? Nice artwork there, and actually it's just pictures of the actual figure themselves. So, okay. All right. So, enough of that. Now let's get into the accessories. Okay. So, this is pretty much all that he comes with here. So, for Goldie Marge, he doesn't really come with that much, right? So, he's got, let's get that to focus there, the wide open hands. Okay, so he pretty much only has 3 sets of hands. Okay, so he's got this. He's also got like the thumbs up hands, and he's got that for left and right as well. And then he has the closed fists, which are actually on him there. Okay, and then for the other accessories, pretty much you've got the hammer hell part of this. So this is the nail or whatever, and then this is the Zonder core, right? And then this is kind of like the hammer heaven. So pretty much he would just pull this out when he goes into the Golden hammer mode, and you would pull this out here, and he would pull it out that way. So you've got that, and this part here is actually 2 pieces. I already went ahead and put them together, but so that's what you've got there. Now for the Zonder piece, this actually will be can kind of glow in the dark. So let me turn off the lights real quick and see what we can do here. All right, so now that the lights are off, let's take this under blue light and we'll see what this looks like there. So you can kind of see that. So that actually looks pretty cool. I don't know how much you would actually use that, but yeah, so it does kind of glow in the dark for the Zonder core. So that's pretty cool. I do like that. So that is a pretty neat effect. So, all right. So let me get the lights back on real quick and we'll take a look from there. All right, so I got the lights back on. So that can go there. And then this is actually the Gatling driver. So this is what Star Gaogaigar uses, kind of like the dividing driver, but these will actually open up. So you can do that. Now, in this actual set, it actually doesn't come with the arm piece. Now, I do have one for Gaogaigar that came with the original Stealth Gao and all of that. So I can just use that. But this one, it only comes with this one piece because I guess they're figuring that you have the Pose Plus Gaogaigar. I don't know if I like that, but they do have it in the lighting effect set, so you can use that one. So you got that here. Now, before we actually get into Goldie Marge, I actually want to take a look at this Stealth Gao II. So let's take a look at that real quick. All right, so let's take a look at this Stealth Gao II. Now, I already put it together. because like the engines and the phantom rings, all of that you have to kind of put together. It's not that difficult. So it's, you know, I can take it apart and show you, but yeah, so you've got that. And then let's take a look at the bottom here. All right. So what you've got here, of course, you got the lion mane for Gaogaigar. Now, the thing about these two pieces here is this actually does not come with this set or the lighting set. It comes with Gaogaigar. I don't like that. I think that this should have been, they should have had a separate one for this one as well, just in case. Yeah, I don't like the fact that you have to pull this off of Gaogaigar. I think, and this is not really like that intricate or anything like that. So you could have actually put that in the box. I don't know why they didn't, and especially for the price tag. So that also, the engines here, that's also, whoops, that's also from Gaogaigar as well. And I think that they should have had an extra set of these in here. I think that would have made it a little bit more worth the price. So what we'll do actually, let me put this back on here, is we're actually gonna get the stand out. I don't normally do these kind of stands for my review, but just so you guys can kind of see it on there, I'll actually get the stand out and we'll take a look at that. Next, we're going to actually go and do the stand here. So this is actually pretty simple. So you just take those two pieces and put those together. And we're going to take this piece, put that in the back. I can get that to line up there. All right. Just like that. We'll take this piece here, put that in there. Then we're going to flip this upside down like this. And then you've got this part here that actually goes in here. So that is your base. It's definitely not the Gaogaigar GX stand, but you know, I guess it'll get the job done. And then you got the metal bar here. And so let's bring back the Stealth Gao II. And so you can actually have this on display. And then what we're actually gonna have to do is we're gonna have to, it actually goes into this slot right here. So this piece, a big old slab of metal, that's definitely not gonna bend, but that actually goes like right in here. So you take that, put that in there, and then let's hope that that doesn't fall out. Okay, and then that goes and goes down in here. All right, and there you have it. Let me raise up my camera so you can actually see it. All right. All right, so you can actually have it displayed just like this if for whatever reason you want it in the Stealth Gao II form. So you can have it this. Now the engines and stuff get out. I'll actually go through that here in a second. I do see some negative aspects with this. The fact this is not moving. Since this is a slab of metal, you're not going to get any kind of movement out of that. And it's really at just this one height. There's nothing that I can do to really adjust that. I've tried to push it down as far as it'll go. And that is as far as it'll go. Now, maybe that's just because once you put him on Gaogaigar, he'll probably need that height, but I think it would have been nice to have that adjustable. So that's unfortunate. So, but anyways, so let's get back to showing you kind of some of the gimmicks with the Stealth Gao II. So this is pretty much how the Stealth Gao II actually comes in the box, right? So this is him bare bones. Everything is off. So let's bring the actual old Stealth Gao I. So as you can see, they're actually relatively similar, right? As far as the size is concerned, it does look like this is a little bit longer. And once you kind of put the tail on this guy, it will actually be significantly longer. But as far as the body is concerned, it's pretty much the same. So, All right, so let's put that back over here. And so in order to get this guy into kind of like Stealth Gao II mode, what we're gonna do, we're gonna take this piece here. And so this piece actually goes here. So we've got here and here. So this will snap in here. All right, so you've got that. And then you kind of gotta force this in. Boom. All right, just like that. All right, so now that is the bottom. Okay. And then for the tail, you're gonna have this separate piece here. Okay. And actually that's supposed to be down. Okay. And then that actually just goes in this part here. So you just take that and slide that in there. Boom. All right, so that's him with the tail. Now let's get the Stealth Gao I back out here, just so you can see the size difference. So, yeah, as you can see, how long that tail is there. But other than that, it's pretty much the same size as far as width and everything. So, all right, so we'll move him back over here. All right, now engines here. So what we're going to do, we're actually going to take the arms of Gaogaigar, right? And so what we're going to do, we're going to have to actually flip this in. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to take this part out. Okay. And then this piece is actually, let's see if you can see that. This piece right in here, you're going to have to flip that over. So just push that out. So that comes in there like that. All right, and then you're gonna take his hands. Now, Gaogaigar actually has two sets of hands. So he's got these, which are kind of just fixed pose hands, and he's got his articulation hands. The articulation hands will not go in this engine. It's just these. So that's a little tip for you, because I usually just use the articulated hands. But in order to do this, so those go in there like that, and then this engine part comes out like this. You put this back in here, just line this up because there is a slot right in here. So that just goes in here like that. All right, so that is the engine part, okay? And so what you're gonna do in order to put this on, let's flip the Stealth Gao II over. He has these two hooks here and here. All right, and then what you're gonna do is take that, slide that on, just like that. And boom, there's your engine. Okay, now let's take a look at his engine here. So this is actually what makes the Stealth Gao II so big, right? So this is his engine part here, all right? So what you're gonna do, you can actually do this in a couple of different modes, right? So you can flip this out. Okay, this is kind of like the standby mode. And then it'll actually come out like this. So this is actually one mode here. And then if you want like another mode, and it's easier to show it with it off than to actually put it on the thing and then try to do it. So what you've got is you've got a slit right in there, right where my thumb is. And you've got this little metal piece here. And what you'll do is you'll take that and put that into that one slot. All right, and it kind of goes in like that. And then you can actually move this up and down if you like, just like that. And we'll do the same thing with the bottom. So you can move this out. All right. And all right, there we go. And we're gonna do the same thing. So there's the slot there. And then you got the metal piece here. And you're gonna move that down to put that in there. Okay, just like that. So that's kind of like his activated mode. And if I actually had the lighting effects, this would actually light up in here, which would actually be pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, I just don't want to pay that price. But yeah, so you've got that there. So you can do that both ways. So let's push this back in. And let's pull this back out. Let's push that back in there. All right, and we'll close this back up. Now, what you've got here is you've got the phantom ring here. All right, part here. All right. And then this is actually going to lock in there. So what I'm going to do is actually, I'm going to open this up just a little bit so we have a little bit more space to mess around with. Let's open this. All right. All right. So let's just open that up real quick. All right. Now, what we're going to do, you're going to take this part here, and that kind of slides in on this little track right in here. Okay. So that goes in all the way just like that. Okay. And then for this, you got these 3 little holes here. And what that is actually showing you is that this is actually in the unlock position. So in order to lock it, you're going to kind of take this and spin it clockwise to lock it. So let me see if I can do this and get some light on here. All right. It's kind of hard to handle. I don't have a grip on it. Okay, so you're gonna take this, all right, and then you're gonna turn that clockwise. Boom, just like that. And so when you see these 4 gold parts there, that means that it's locked, okay? So what you can do, and actually we'll go ahead and leave this out for the time being, okay? And what we're gonna do here is, in order to put this on, you've got this part here, and then what you've got is you've got this opening here, and so this will actually slide in here. All right, so what you'll do is you'll take this, and actually it's supposed to face it this way. All right, and then you just take that, and you can actually use a little bit of force here, so this isn't gonna break anything. All right, so that kind of locks in there on that side right there. Okay. And then we can actually close this back up. All right. And what it is, to close this, you got these 2 parts here and here, and those are actually connect to these parts here and here. Okay. So you'll take that, put that in, and then to make sure that it's closed, that needs actually, those 2 parts need to come together. So it comes in like that. And usually if it doesn't, that means that this thing is not on right. So let's see if I can do that again. There we go. Yep. So that's one part of his engine there. So that's what you've got for that. Now, let me go ahead and put the other engine on. I'll actually do that off camera right after this quick break. So now that we've got the other engine on, now we only have to do one last thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to flip this over, and that is to put the main on. So what we're going to do is take this, and then once you pull this out of the original Gaogaigar, you just take that and put it into this slot here. So I'm going to go in here, just like that. And we'll do the same here. All right. Just like that. Okay. And then what you're going to do is you're actually going to take these and move these down. And these can kind of, because there is no landing gear with the Stealth Gao II, but you can kind of rest the Stealth Gao on this if you're not going to actually put it on the stand. So you'll actually put it just like that. And so now the Stealth Gao II is ready to go. So you saw all the different modes that it can do. So now we'll actually get into Goldie Marge. So now let's take a look at Goldie Marge. So what I'm going to do first is I'm actually going to take the actual hammer part off, just so we can take a look at him a little bit better here. So we'll take this and pull this out. All right. Now for Goldie Marge, he's actually got quite a bit of articulation, and I was actually quite surprised by the articulation that he had. But for this, of course, the back has got the Goldian hammer, right? So all of that is kind of connected together. That's where the actual big fist goes there. All right. But the thing is, this whole piece here with the head on it and all of that is one piece. So you can't, this is not separate. So like you got this. So you got like the head here. So he can look down and up, and he can look from side to side. So he's actually got a nice big ball joint right there. So that actually helps. The only problem that I've actually had with this is that this part, because his eyes and stuff is kind of like a box, and a lot of times it'll just fall down. So I can't get it to where like his eyes can actually be seen like they are right there. So sometimes that'll come down. So anyway, all right, so let's take a look at his articulation. So let's take a look at his shoulder, right? So for his shoulder, he can reach about shoulder length there for the arm. So not too bad, right? And he actually can do 360. You just have to get the actual arm out of the way of this part back here. So he can do 360 there. You do have a swivel on the bicep that has to do with his transformation, and that'll come into play later. And then he does have an actual decent elbow bend like that there. Of course, you can't see it because of the tire part there, but so he's got that there. Now, for his midsection, there is no real articulation in the stomach area, but he does have it in the back, so he can actually do, that's actually on a ratchet like that, so he can actually look down pretty good there. And so what that is, that's just that part there. That actually has to do with his transformation as well. But I am glad that they actually did put that in there. But you don't have any swivel from, you know, up and down or anything like that. He can do 360 with it though. So this can actually go all the way around, just like that. So that's what he's got. And as you can see, his face thing fell down again. So yeah, hopefully that's not everybody's, and maybe that's just mine, I don't know, but it doesn't like to stay up. So it can barely see his eyes as it is. All right, so anyway, now with his waist, you're not really gonna get anything out of there. Like the side skirt can move up, and so can the front skirt, all right? And the back skirt can kind of, but not really, okay? So you've got that. Now, for the legs, he's actually got quite a bit of articulation here as well. So what he's got here is he can actually push this out all the way up here. And what that is actually on his thigh, you've got this little hinge here, and that's what actually gives him his articulation there. So that's actually pretty cool. So good on Pose Plus for that. So can he do the splits? Let's see. All right, and I got his arms all messed up. Now the thing about also with the with the Goldie hammer, since he is extremely back heavy, this actually will support. You can use this as support. He can't stand on his own without it if you tilt this up, but he can sometimes lean backwards. So, but anyway, so for the splits, you know, you've got something like that there. So that's not too bad. So I actually do like that. He actually has way more articulation than I actually thought he would. So you've got that there. Now, do you have any swivel on the thigh? You do, okay. That is on a ratchet. All right, and actually that's the ratchet right there. But so he can move that almost 360 if it wasn't for the wheels. So that's pretty good there. Now, does he have a knee bend? Yes, he does. That is on a ratchet as well. So he can actually get pretty good there. So you can actually have him in a kneel down pose or something similar to that. So you can do that. So that's actually pretty good. Now, for his ankles, he's actually got some as well. So what he's got here is he can actually move this from side to side. So he's actually got quite a bit range of motion there. It does go down, but not by a ton, right? And it doesn't really go up that much, but he's got a lot of working parts there. That's actually just the back heel here. So he's got that there, but he can actually do some decent dynamic posing. So let's see what we can do here. All right, get him up, get him out like that. And there we go. Let's get him up and at him. Let's put it down, so give him that support there. And then we can actually take this and let's pull this up like that. So, you know, for Goldie Marge, I'm actually quite surprised that he has this much articulation. I was not expecting that, so it is decent. Is it worth the price? Now that's a whole different story, but yeah, so that's what he's got. And then once you have him kind of like set how you want to, you can actually put this hammer part back in. So what you've got here, in order to put this on, you've got two like lifts here and here, okay? And then what that does is you actually put that and find those in here. So you kind of size those up, and then you turn counterclockwise, okay? So in order to unlock it, you turn clockwise, and then you can pull it out. And then to put it back in, you turn counterclockwise, just like that. So you've got that, and then we'll do the other side. All right. And so there is Goldie Marge for it's a nice little piece. So now that we've got that, we'll actually do his transformation into like his tank mode. So now we're actually going to get into his tank mode. It's not a super hard transformation, but there is a lot of stuff that you need to do here. So first things first, what we'll do is we'll take the actual hammer parts back off. So we'll take those and put those to the side. All right. And then we're actually gonna have to take this whole piece off. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this and you're gonna have to slide that down like that. And you will hear a snap. You do have to use some force to do that, but it's not too bad. All right, and then what you'll do is you'll take that off. We'll put the hammer part to the side. All right, so let's deal with this guy. So what we've got, let me get him looking straight here. All right, so what we're gonna do first is we're gonna start with the feet, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this, push this down here. We're gonna go to the back. We're going to open that up there. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna lift up this knee. Well, go ahead and turn it like 90 degrees. And then you've got this little button here, and that's what will allow you to slide his leg back. So once you push that in like that, and then you slide it back. And then what you're looking for is you're looking for this part here. So you want to make sure that that is has that orange part there, and that's what that is from that sliding back. Okay, so you've got it like that. Now what we're going to do is we are actually going to take this, and then what this is going to do is you're actually going to take the back of his leg there, and we're going to slide that in there. So we're going to open this up. We're going to take this, slide that into the back like that. All right, and then we're going to close that, okay? Then we're going to take the wheels. Now, this wheel is actually on a locking mechanism. The locking mechanism is not that great, but it will kind of keep it in place. So what it is the back wheel here. You take that and you push that and move that to the opposite side like that there. And what it is, I don't know if I can show it to you. There is okay, there it is. There is a locking thing here. So what you do is you just take that and push that in there, and that'll kind of keep that in place. All right. So we've got that part, and we can actually put this back down. So we're going to do the same thing to the other side. So we're going to push this down. All right. Open this back hatch here. All right. And then we're going to open this knee part. we'll actually go ahead and do this. There you go. So create that. So it's 90 degrees. And you can be a little rough with this guy. He's built pretty sturdy, I must admit. So I don't think you'll have to worry about breaking much with here. All right, then we're gonna push this button in again. So push that in, slide that back. All right, the orange part is covered there. All right, and then we're going to take the thigh and push that in. I'm just gonna take this foot and leave it, put this out of the way. All right, so now he's got it like this. All right, so you can kind of starting to see this come together. So of course we're gonna take this, rotate that. Actually, let me close this part first. All right, I'm gonna take that and we're gonna rotate that. Looks like something's blocking it here. All right, there we go. Actually, I think I was doing it the wrong way. Okay, there you go. So you got that. Then you're gonna take these two pieces and you're gonna put these together. And what you've got is you've got rivets in there. So those will all kind of go in there. And then we're actually gonna go to a part where I've actually had a problem with transforming them. And that is this part here. Now in the instructions and in the video, and actually speaking of the video, I want to show you, if you don't want to actually like read the instructions for whatever reason, they actually have a video. And what you do is you scan this QR code in the manual and it will go to the Pose Plus video. And so you can actually watch them do the transformation there. And if you don't want to go through all this, I mean, it's not a lot and it's not that bad, but you know, that's another way. And I actually do like that a lot. I wish actually more companies would do that. That's pretty cool. So, all right. So let's get back to his transformation here. So the issue that I've been having is with this part here. Now in the instructions, this part here is supposed to actually go in to that little hole there. But for whatever reason with mine, it does not want to go in there. I don't know why. I have no idea. And I have tried to force it in there. It won't go. But I haven't seen it be a hindrance or anything, even without me doing that. So I actually just kind of leave it like that. I try to get it up as close as possible. And then I just kind of leave it there. But maybe that's just my thing there. So, all right. So now we're going to have to work on his arms. Okay. So first things first, we're going to actually take this out. All right. And then in order to rotate this part, his fist in, you're going to actually take this and push this up. And it's kind of hard to do, but it will do it. So you go in there and then you just close this back up. Okay. So we do that with that. All right. And now the shoulder part is probably the worst part or the hardest part of this transformation, just kind of getting everything lined up. Okay. So first things first, because you see where his elbow is, we're going to take that and we're going to turn that inwards like that. Okay. And now what you're going to do is actually hold that and you're going to take the tricep part and spin that back. So now it looks kind of like this. All right. And now what we're going to do is we're actually going to take this and rotate this up. All right. And then you're going to take his red shoulder piece. You're going to pull that back as far as it'll go. Sometimes I'll hear a click on that ratchet and I haven't had any problems with it break, like feeling like it was going to break or anything, but I don't usually pull it back super hard. All right. So this is where the tricky part starts. Okay. So now what we're going to do, because you've got a hinge in here, and what we're going to do is we're actually going to take it and move that down that way as far as it can go. And then we're going to take this and move this in. All right. And this can be a little bit difficult to do. So you kind of want it like this. And then we're going to raise that part there. And it's kind of going to fold in on itself. And it's kind of hard to explain, but move this back in here like that. And then we're gonna push this down. So you can use some force here. I just wouldn't get super crazy with it. So now, and this kind of folds in almost like that. I think I almost got it here. All right, and then what you want is you want that piece to move here, and then this should come back up here like that. And so you want them kind of like that. So this is actually supposed to, so just like that. And then we'll do that with the other side. So, and then we'll move that back in, just like that. Let's kind of get that all together there. All right. And you can pull the tires out. We'll actually do that for later. So actually that's what how you kind of want him to be. So then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this part and we're gonna pull that out like that there. Now, what you've got, let's go to the back here. You got this little swing bar mechanism here. And what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna push that down. So we're gonna take this and we're gonna go clockwise and see that rotate all the way down. And then we're gonna bring that back in there. All right, so you're gonna move that all the way down. All right, and then what you've got with this part here is actually gonna go into that slot right there. Okay, so we're gonna take that, and then if you got the arms straight, you've got that. So, boom. All right, so that's one side. So let's do the same thing to the other side. Take that, swing that down. All right, that one's already out. All right, and then swing that mechanism all the way down. Okay. All right, so that's moving in place, and then that goes right in that slot. All right, and boom. All right, so as you can see, he's definitely coming together. So actually, all we really need to do now is actually kind of put the hammer part back on. Now, in the directions, it actually says that you want to take the midsection and kind of take it a notch like that. And I've seen that helps it roll a little bit. When you don't do that, you'll get this, because what will happen, this will just be rubbing on the ground and end up scratching up. So you've got that. So now we can go back and grab the hammer part here. And what we're going to do is we're going to turn this back over. Okay, and we're going to push these back down. And actually what we're going to do is we're going to reattach it. So we're going to put the Goldie Marge head back on. So what we're going to do is take this hand and put it in here. Now what it is, this actually will raise up like that. And you can actually squeeze to push those in. So that kind of locks in place like that. So you can get the clearance that you need for that. All right, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this and we're gonna push that back in just like that. Now you're gonna take it and have to lock this back in place. So that goes in there, that goes in there, and actually now I can have his eyes closed. All right, and then for this, so what you've got, because that's the whole hammer there. So what you're gonna do, there's actually a little part here that comes out. All right, and then what you'll do is take this and push this in this way. All right, and then you'll take this part that comes out like that, and that sets there. And for the most part, that is the Goldie Marge tank. The tires do work and all of that. So you've got that there. So now what we're going to do, all right, we're gonna push this back out. All right, and we're gonna take this and push pull that stuff back in. So let me see if I can get that. So find that and match that out. Okay. Turn that. And we'll do it like this here. Push this in. All right, let's see if I can find it. Trying to do this with a camera in my face is kind of funny. All right, there we go, boom. So that is the tank part of Goldie Marge. So that's it for this transformation. Now this video is actually getting kind of long. So what I'll do the Goldie and hammer part. I'll do that in a part 2 of this video. So this is what it is for part 1. So thank you guys for watching the video, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.